Quotes, the America Patriots and Veterans. It cannot be emphasized too strongly or too often that this great nation was founded not by religionists, but by Christians, not on religious, but on the gospel of Jesus Christ. For that reason alone, people of other faiths have been afforded freedom of worship here. Patrick Henry, 1776. America will never be destroyed from the outside. If we falter and lose our freedoms, it will be because we destroyed ourselves. Abraham Lincoln. The winds that blow through the white sky in these mountains, the winds that sweep from Canada to Mexico, from the Pacific to the Atlantic, have always blown on free men. Franklin D. Roosevelt. My God! How little do my countrymen know what precious blessings they are in possession of, and which no other people on earth enjoy. Thomas Jefferson. Our country is not the only thing to which we owe our allegiance. It is also owed to justice and to humanity. Patriotism consists not in waving the flag, but in striving that our country shall be righteous as well as strong. James Bryce. Those who won our independence believed liberty to be the secret of happiness and courage to be the secret of liberty. Louis D. Brandeis. Democracy is two wolves and a lamb voting on what to have for lunch. Liberty is a well-armed lamb contesting the vote. Benjamin Franklin. To compel a man to furnish funds for the propagation of ideas he disbelieves and abhors is sinful and tyrannical. Thomas Jefferson. A democracy cannot exist as a permanent form of government. It can only exist until the people discover they can vote themselves largesse out of the public treasury. From that moment on, the majority always votes for the candidate promising the most benefits from the public treasury, with the result that democracy always collapses over a loose fiscal policy, to be followed by a dictatorship. Alexander Fraser Tytler. The power to tax is the power to destroy. John Marshall. If the American people ever allow private banks to control the issue of their money, first by inflation and then by deflation, the banks and corporations that grow up around them, around the banks, will deprive the people of their property until their children will wake up homeless on the continent their fathers conquered. Thomas Jefferson. John F. Kennedy tried saving America from the private bank called the Federal Reserve when he signed Presidential Executive Order 11110. The CIA, which is also a private rouge agency, ordered his murder, assassination. When injustice becomes law, resistance becomes duty. Thomas Jefferson. Resistance to tyrants is obedience to God. Thomas Jefferson. To the distinguished character of patriot, it should be our highest glory to laud the more distinguished character of Christian. George Washington. The general hopes and trusts that every officer and man will endeavor so to live and act as becomes a Christian soldier defending the dearest rights and liberties of his country. George Washington. It is impossible to rightly govern the world without God and the Bible. George Washington. The tree of liberty must be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants. Thomas Jefferson. We the people are the rightful masters of both Congress and the courts, not to overthrow the Constitution but to overthrow the men who pervert the Constitution. Abraham Lincoln. The spirit of resistance to government is so valuable on certain occasions, that I wish it always to be kept alive. It will often be exercised when wrong, but better so than not to be exercised at all. I like a little rebellion now and then. Thomas Jefferson. It is the duty of the patriot to protect his country from its government. Thomas Paine. If the founding fathers were still alive they would be considered terrorist by this traitor government. If you disagree with what you've read so far then you are a traitor to America. You are a useless citizen, God for nothing. Leave my country, and stop trying to take my freedom. Fisher of men. Bryce Cuellar. They that can give up essential liberty to obtain a little temporary safety, deserve neither liberty nor safety, and will lose both. Benjamin Franklin. If ye love wealth better than liberty, the tranquility of servitude than the animated contest of freedom, go from us in peace. We ask not your counsels or arm. Crouch down and lick the hands which feed you. May your chains sit lightly upon you, and may posterity forget that you were our countrymen. Samuel Adams. The world is a dangerous place to live, not because of the people who are evil, but because of the people who don't do anything about it. Albert Einstein. To ignore evil is to become an accomplice to it. Martin Luther King Jr. I ask, sir, what is the militia? It is the whole people. To disarm the people is the best and more effectual way to enslave them. George Mason. The best we can hope for concerning the people at large is that they be properly armed. Alexander Hamilton. Guard with jealous attention the public liberty. Suspect everyone who approaches that jewel. Unfortunately, nothing will preserve it but downright force. Whenever you give up that force, you are inevitably ruined. Patrick Henry. This is all the inheritance I give to my dear family. The religion of Christ will give them one which will make them rich indeed. Patrick Henry. This country was founded by God-fearing, freedom-loving patriots. I can already see the stage being set for Christians being labeled as terrorist by the Satanists who have hijacked our nation. Our nation is being hijacked now. Are we too late? Our top government officials are acting odd and demonic these days. I mean most of them, and they are selling our country out to TPP, Trans-Pacific Trade Partnership, big greedy corporations, a now dictatorship, coming soon one world government, even our own constitution being slowly destroyed. A civil war may be coming about, and we, the patriots, veterans and Christians, will soon be called terrorist, when really the very fact our own lying to their teeth government that sold us out are the true terrorist and more than ever traitors. And really, how dare the corrupted officials call us a terrorist? When they took prayer out of public schools, we get school shootings. When they took God out from the court buildings, we get corrupt laws and judges. When they took God out of government, we get corruptions in government. When you take under God out of the Pledge of Allegiance, we no longer a God-fearing people, and our freedoms, liberties and justices are no more. America, it's time to wake up. America, America, it's time to wake up. It's time to wake up.